me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job. That was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
This TikTok DoorDash.
Hey, whoever's smashing that right now, hey, watch yourself, dog.
Oh my God.
These are signs you need to be looking for, bro. Anybody screaming at a camera like this, not in their right mind, y'all. I'm just telling y'all right now, somebody out there is looking at this girl like she the one. Watch this video and think again, all right? Just saying.
They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job. That was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
This TikTok DoorDash driver just went from viral victim to felony defendant after she came online, saying that she was SA'd on the job, and now she's facing years in prison for the video that she posted herself.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. The DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. Their front door was wide open, their lights were on, they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Now, I did kind of see this story. I'm not gonna lie. Saw little things about it. What I was hearing is that she showed up to the door and the door was cracked open. So there's conflicting stories, but they said that the door was cracked open, but when she recorded it, she was saying the door was wide open. So she showed up and she said he was laying there with his pants down, drunk.
What the hell?
Nah, I don't know, man. I think the biggest issue with this is that she framed it as SA when there was really no contact at all and he was inside of his home. But let's continue. I'm just telling y'all what I heard so far.
Side of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Well, as it turns out, that's not exactly what happened. If you need a perfect example of how fast a viral victim story can flip upside down, this is it. Because this video was posted in mid-October by Olivia Henderson, or IRL Monster Hideout on TikTok, and she went viral pretty fast as a DoorDash driver who claimed that she was SA'd on the job. And now, as of last week, she's been arrested, charged with 2 felonies, and could be facing years in prison.
Damn. I know she got arrested. Golly. Okay. So this shit must have went real bad. I didn't know she got arrested.
And depending on who you ask, she's either a woman who reported a traumatic event or someone who turned a drunk sleeping customer into content and then lied about it for clout.
I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer, and then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email, they didn't. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. I was assaulted. I lost my job. I'm the victim.
Yeesh. So this whole thing just starts back in October 20th in Oswego, New York. Olivia was delivering an order for DoorDash, and according to her, the customer had asked for the food to be left at the front door. She said that she walked up to the house and found the front door wide open, lights on, and the customer lying on his couch with his pants and underwear pulled down to his ankles. She described him as fully exposed and said that she'd been put in danger simply by doing her job. Now, obviously, that's not an ideal situation to witness on the job, but it could also be explained as a guy who got super drunk, ordered some Wendy's, and then passed out before it got there. Not a great look, but I don't think it's illegal to do that. She said everything was caught on camera. She also said that she didn't want this to happen to any other women, which is why she came forward with this story on TikTok. And with the video, she also reported this to DoorDash and the police. And her initial post grabbed more than 22 million views for a...
Damn. Crazy. Okay, so the original photo is that, and then a crop photo. So, and this is what I heard also. I heard that it was just cracked open and she pushed the door open. Now, if you show up to a house and the house tells you, they tell you, drop the food in the front, drop it in front of the door, why would you nudge the door open? Like, literally put the shit on the porch and walk the fuck away. Take your photo and walk the fuck away. To go through these lengths, and I ain't gonna lie, hearing her yell at the camera, I already look at her like one of them crazy, I ain't gonna lie. But now that people are saying that she actually pushed the door open, it's kind of wild. Because in the crop photo, you can see just a little bit of the fan. And in her photo, you can see the entire thing.
But this is where the story took a life of its own, because while she was telling millions of people that DoorDash and TikTok were trying to bury her truth, police were piecing together a version of the events that looked very different from what she originally stated online. Because eventually, the police stepped in with their own findings, citing Ring doorbell footage that reportedly showed her opening the door herself.
Oh my God.
Wow. You can't make this shit up, bro. And this is why the world is so dangerous, bro. The world is so dangerous because it is so easy for somebody to say, this person essayed me, and it not be true. And it's such an injustice to people that are telling the truth that you also have a mix of people in here that will lie about shit just for content and views, bro. It's the lengths people go for content is insane to me. It's wild. And this is why people can't feel sorry for you when you play yourself. So now that you're facing charges, you're going to want everybody to feel bad for you. You're going to cry about it. And people won't feel bad because of this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, they got her.
Sir, I have your DoorDash. Oh, ew! I'm a victim!
Why y'all had to reenact that, bro? Y'all
Oh my God.
ain't have to do that, man. That's a crazy turn of events.
Why would you ever do this to begin with? And number two, why would you do this when there's a Ring doorbell camera right there next to the door that you're opening? Like, did you not think he was going to review the footage after you exposed him to millions of people online with his pants down? According to the police in Oswego, the man in the video was not sitting there waiting to expose himself to the delivery driver. He was sleeping and drunk, lying on his couch with no idea what was going on. And thankfully for him, the doorbell camera footage reportedly showed her opening the door herself. So DoorDash then finally responded with its own statement. Without naming her, they said they take these kind of reports extremely seriously, and they never deactivate someone for reporting it, full stop. But they said that posting the video of a customer inside of their home along with their personal details was a clear violation of their policies. They said that was the reason her account was deactivated, and they deactivated the customer's account too while they were investigating. And they also added that she still had full access to her money. Then everything hit a wall on November 10th, because that's when officers arrested Olivia Henderson and charged her with two counts of Class C felonies, unlawful surveillance and dissemination of an unlawful surveillance image. And these charges usually apply to people who secretly record others in private settings, bathrooms, bedrooms, changing rooms, that kind of thing. But the legal idea is the same. Recording someone inside of their home when they have an expectation of privacy is criminal, even if the camera is technically outside of the door.
You know what's crazy about this? And this is why this is so scary, right? This is so scary because people can get accused of some shit like this and the shit not even be true. Because look how much the story could have changed, right? Imagine he never put in the message to leave it at the doorstep. Imagine he didn't do that. And she came in expecting to knock and have somebody answer the door. She could have easily came to that door. This would have been a completely different story. Because she could have easily saw the door was open, so she felt like the person wanted her to come in. She opened it, and there he was exposed. Now the story looks 100 times worse that you ordered DoorDash, went to lay on the couch, and exposed yourself. That's how crazy this world is. You are one request away from being accused of some shit that you didn't do. Facts. And you got saved by the Ring camera and the fact that you asked them to leave the food at the door. Crazy. If he didn't do that, that shit would have been a completely different story.
Her current next hearing is on December 4th, and depending on how the judge sees all the evidence, she could be looking at a whole lot of time here. And this can range from probation to years in state prison. This is a criminal case with evidence and surveillance footage that was provided by the perpetrator. Yet again, for clout. How does this keep on happening? If you film someone in their own home, post it online, accuse them of a crime that the police say never happened, and then you claim that you're being silenced when the platform you're on takes you down, you're in for it.
I was working. I was literally working, and they deactivated me. This is related. They just punished me for posting about my...
Yeah, yeah, people like this are dangerous, man. Not gonna lie. People like this are dangerous. You know why? Because I look at these people and I think, sometimes I wonder what they're going through mentally. She probably, in her mind, doesn't even feel like what she's saying is wrong or that she's lying. In her mind, she probably really, really believes this shit that she got SA'd. This mindset of like, I'm a content creator. I create content. I'm on TikTok. I'm trying to go viral. So you walk into a situation where you see something that you shouldn't have saw, and in your mind, you somehow convince yourself that you were getting SA'd at that very moment. And you could see it in her face. She really believes this shit. I don't think this is an act. I think she legitimately believes this shit. And that's what makes this scary, because this need to go viral and to have everybody like, you know, rooting for you and saying, yeah, let's fight for her. That is stronger than your own fucking realization that you're not a victim here, you know? And it's scary, man. It's super scary. But the Ring camera saved this man, because without the Ring camera, this is a whole different story, right? And it's sad to say that, even if he didn't do anything, but without the Ring camera, he's cooked, right? Because everything is working against you. She came, she could say the door was open. She could say, I walked in, he had the door open, and he was just waiting for me. And then from right there, it's a whole nother story. You're cooked. And that sucks, man. That's terrible. So, lesson of the day, keep them Ring cameras on. Hell yeah. And make sure them shit's recording. All right? Don't be cheap and not get the plan where you could go back a couple of hours. Like, make sure your shit is recording. All right? Just saying. That girl is crazy. I'll tell y'all right now, she crazy as shit. She a wild one.
Fun to do bad things.
Take off the short nail, take off the dope, take off the broken bag.